part of the 17.1 release, we included support for grouping of data points inside of scatterplots, also known as binning. Now, if I go look at a data set and I create a scatterplot out of the data, like so, I see the chart dialog, and in the scatterplot, I can choose a couple of measures. So I'm going to use the well group name for the x-axis and the spot count on the y-axis. So when I click apply, I see a normal scatterplot that shows many data points, and some of them are grouped together and overlay each other. But occasionally I might have too many data points to show on screen, and so I want to group them together in a heat map. So to do this, I go to the chart layout dialog, and we have this option called group by density. By default, it only groups by density when the number of data points exceeds 10,000, but I can choose to always group by density and create a heat map. From here, I can choose the shape and the color palette, and so I'm going to keep the defaults of hexagon, blue, and white, and then click apply. So when I click apply, you will see that there are many less points on the graph shown, and occasionally some of them are different colors. So for example, areas of the graph that have little data points are a lighter color, and then areas of the graph that have more data points are a darker color. As you see on the bottom here, towards the spot count of 0, there are 7 points included in this grouping, which is why it's a darker color. And right above it, there's only 1 point, which shows the lighter color. So depending on your data set, you might have the ability to show many data points, but group them together in a much more meaningful way. Now, the shape and color of these groups are customizable. If I go back to my chart layout dialog, I can see that I have an option to change the shape to a square. You'll see what happens when I click that. Or I can change the color of the palette that's used for the heat map. So for example, if I choose heat and click apply, it uses a yellow to red heat map as opposed to the default blue and green, depending on your use case. I can also choose a single color heat map with this dropdown. If I want to see different shades of pink, I can click apply, and you'll see that the graph changes and shows you a density heat map with the color that you specified. If I want to exit the grouping density and go back to the default of 10,000 points, I can click this option and then click apply. It's good to mention that when points are grouped by density, you cannot change the look and feel of normal data points on a scatter plot. So for example, if you see these options on the left, so opacity, point size, and point color, that you normally get for scatter plots, when you group by density, those options go away because they're overridden by the grouped point options on the right-hand side of the pane.